This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Here is, well, you can't say that everybody who voted for Trump is like the people who went into the Capitol. Response.
You can't say that. What? Everybody's like
everybody who voted for Trump is like them.
No, I just explained to you. If you are on that side, you need to think about the side you're on. I am never on the side of the Klan. I am principal people, conservative or liberal, never on the Klan side. Principal people, conservative or liberal, never on the Nazi side. Principal people who are conservative or liberal, never on the side that treats their fellow Americans as less than, that says that your fellow Americans should not exist, that says your fellow Americans should be in a concentration camp, or that sides with slavery, or sides with any sort of bigotry.
Right, and if they say, I don't agree with those people, I just like Trump's policy.
Well, then get out of the crowd with him. Get out of the crowd.
I wasn't in the crowd. I just voted for Trump.
You're in the crowd who voted for Trump. If you voted for Trump, you voted for the person who the Klan supported. You voted for the person who Nazis support. You voted for the person who the alt-right supports. That's the crowd that you are in. You voted for the person who incited a crowd to go into the Capitol and potentially take the lives of lawmakers, took the lives of police officers, took the lives of innocent lives who were there on the Capitol that day. You voted on that side, and the people in Washington are continuing to vote on that side.
There's so much about that
it's very cringy.
It's
very cringy.
It's
cringy.
you just the people went in to take the lives of lawmakers.
Those people went in to take the lives of lawmakers.
Did they?
4 of them got their lives taken from them by the Capitol Police.
I don't understand. Not one lawmaker's life was lost, and
nobody was actually attacked.
The dumbasses that did happen to pass away, no disrespect to the dead.
Yeah, but still,
again, as we mentioned last night, you kind of go in.
You got what you came for.
Exactly. You wanted to start something. You got something. I mean, it's
don't start, no shit won't be.
Exactly.
I mean, what are you gonna do here?
That's the truth of it.
Oh man, come to think of it, he just said, he said a couple things. Some of the things that he said that they're not. There's no way that there's any relation between them and the BLM riots and the anti-Trump people and all the rest of it. And he also said, that these people, they're the Nazis. You're on even if all you did was vote for Trump, you're on the side of the Nazis, which is not true because the Nazis definitely didn't vote for Trump.
No.
You're on the side of the white supremacists, which is also not true because the white supremacists don't vote for Trump.
No, they are going back to, there was that stretch, remember, when
David Duke said that he was going to announce, he was
going to support him and blah, blah, blah,
sure,
blah.
Whatever. You can't stop who's going to vote for you.
No, you can't.
I'm sorry, you can't. Now, for what reason was David Duke potentially saying that he was going to vote for him? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it had nothing to do with race, other than the fact that Donald Trump was white.
Well, and again, it doesn't matter what that guy did.
It doesn't matter.
It's the fact that Trump came back out later and said, no.
Right. So
I'm not happy with this.
What these guys are essentially saying
he
is
disassociated himself from it.
What these guys are saying is that if you're associated with this one voting in the same block as this one for this one guy, you are now essentially a terrorist.
Yeah.
You voted for a person. You are now a terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
You are now a white supremacist. You are now the KKK. You are now, no matter what, because you agree with this one thing, one very specific thing that has nothing to do with any of the rest of the policies, any of the rest of the ideologies, none of it. You agreed that Donald Trump should be voted into office.
Therefore, you by default,
you are the same as those people.
Everything, and that's a crock.
Yeah.
It's always been a crime. And I'm so sick.
Oh, you know, that is funny. Yeah. Joe Biden has actually spoken at a Grand Wizard's funeral. Trump hasn't. Joe Biden has. Funny how that works.
Well, do as I say, not as I do.
Right. Oh,
it's only wrong until it's my side doing it.
Corn pop.
That's where we're that's where we're at now.
Yeah.
That's where we've always been.
That's where the politics are, and that's why I hate politics so very much.
Yeah, me too.
But funny thing, you know?
How funny?
Very funny.
Is it funny? Is it really funny?
It's funny ho, not funny ha. It's funny ho.
Not he.
No, and not
Okay.
But it's funny.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
A Utah man was arrested for his part in the riots at the U.S. Capitol.
Good
Yes.
for him. Mm-hmm. Good for him.
Yes.
It's about time they got those
Yes. This
damn
guy.
dirty conservative
apes.
Trump
Right.
supporters.
Exactly.
Those guys who incite violence and riots.
He wasn't a Trump supporter. In fact, he's an anti-Trump BLM activist.
No.
Mm-hmm.
We were all told that the only people that went to the Capitol building that were rioting and raising ever holy hell and acting all a fool were hardcore Trumpers, were the Proud Boys and the alt-right, and that's what was out there.
John Earl Sullivan told KUTV after the riot that he is founder of the Insurgents USA and that he does not align with the president politically. He said that he founded Insurgents USA after the killing of George Floyd while in police custody in Minneapolis, Minnesota. His mission statement of the group on their website said that they sought the unification of the nation because a people united will never be divided. Sullivan told the KUTV that he was at the Capitol in order to document several protests. He also admitted that he entered the Capitol building through a window. Once inside, federal prosecutors alleged that he shouted for more violence.
So he went from the window to the wall?
Yes. No, he had sweat, but I don't know where it was. I don't know.
Back
down the hall.
from running?
The hall.
Yeah, the halls.
Yeah, the halls. Yeah, quote, after the crowd broke through the barricade and as Sullivan and others approached the Capitol building, Sullivan can be heard in video saying various points like, there are so many people, let's go. This is ours. F yeah, we accomplished this. Yeah, we did this together. F yeah, we're part of history. F yeah, burn this down.
I'm sorry, I can't get past his name.
Sullivan?
John L. Sullivan?
John Sullivan?
You know who John L. Sullivan is?
No, I don't know you.
You okay?
John Sullivan.
If you've seen him, you would know.
John Sullivan.
Yeah, no. I know his name is John Earl, but I hear John L. every time you say it.
Okay, well that's a totally different thing.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
L and Earl are very, very different things.
You know that guy because every time you see the
the mustachio guy. Yeah.
Yes,
the mustachio boxers.
Yes,
yes, that's the guy.
Yes,
that's the guy.
The Boston Strong Boy.
Yeah, that guy.
He was the first heavyweight champion of gloved boxing, de facto reigning from February of 7th,
But anyway,
1882 to 1892.
This guy here.
This guy's way better to hear from.
I'd rather hear from that guy. But this guy, John Earl Sullivan, not L, Earl Sullivan.
Obviously a disgrace to the family name.
Right, was a BLM supporter and an anti-Trump.
But that can't be true.
Oh, yes.
Because we were told it was that Trump had incited violence, that Trump
it was Trump inciting violence all the way, yes.
The entire time he's saying, hey, the government has no right to, it needs to be ran by the people and for the people. And, it was actually being rather patriotic and from what I heard, I didn't hear any violence. I didn't hear any violence incited from him. He didn't say,
You mean from Trump?
Yeah, I didn't hear him say anything about, accosting them outside of diners and restaurants and stores and getting other people to come around and fight them.
Kicking people out and making sure that they get booed out of places.
Yeah.
And,
I didn't
go
hear
to their
that.
houses and go
people
to
like, Pelosi and Maxine Waters have said that.
Right.
But not
Trump.
But We were told it was all alt-right people, that it was, but Trump had blown the dog whistle. And
Right. Which, by the way, that's really not nice to say because we're not dogs.
I apparently.
Why is it a dog whistle? Why are you saying it's a dog whistle?
Because normal people can't hear it and only dogs can.
Well, I'm not a dog, so I don't hear it.
Well, I
either.
would say I didn't hear it either, but apparently everybody in the alphabet soup says that they can.
They heard it.
They're pointing it out and saying, hey, this is a dog whistle.
So
if
they
you-
must be dogs.
That's what I'm thinking too.
If you guys are reacting to it, it must be that you're the dog in this relationship. I'm just saying, that doesn't sound like a dog whistle.
No.
How do you know? Well, I can't hear it. It doesn't make any sense.
Are you doing anything? It doesn't.
That's-
I don't hear a noise. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah,
That's all I'm hearing here.
that's what I'm hearing.
All right. So, yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't just pro-Trump rally people, apparently, like we said in the beginning. Like we said.
There's times I hate being right.
Like we said.
This is one of them.
Before the news came out that the Trump rally, people decided to bust into the Capitol building. Before that happened, and we said, no, it's going to be a setup.
Ding, it was a setup.
Hey, it was a setup. Oh my gosh. Isn't that crazy?
Color me shocked.
Jeez, it's like somebody used a platform to decide that they're going to dive in and destroy everybody's name in the process.
I'm shocked. Shocked, I think.
Shocked.
I am just...
Shocked, I tell you. It's like when they're everybody on Twitter that's doxing all these people. You know, there's a retired fireman who he was 600 miles away from the Capitol.
600 miles?
600 miles away from the Capitol. And you know what? Twitter doxed him by claiming that he was the guy at the Capitol. They took a picture and they found his face and they said they match well enough. I'm going to dox this guy. He lives in Chicago.
Oh, that's funny.
This holier than thou art keyboard warrior doxing and destroying of lives, making these people think, making people out there think that you're doing something good because you have nothing better to do with your life than sit in your grandmother's basement, not even your mother's anymore, sit in your grandmother's basement and play on the keyboard all day, play on your computer all day.
Well, it just goes to show just how little they actually care.
And how little they know about the actual world. You're killing people.
Yeah, you're
actually destroying real people's lives.
Yep. And for what? Because you're so butthurt over something? Because you want to make a scene? Because you are so worried about one man?
Yeah.
Which is weird because
One man.
it's not the one guy you need to be worried about.
No, it's really not. If Trump is
Sadly-
if the one man is Trump and Trump is your president, which he is for the next 6 days, and that one guy has that much hold on your life,
Yeah.
then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. It saddens me though that everybody, the left and all of them are more worried about one guy than they are about the actual people that hired them.
Well, that's if you can focus down onto one thing and one guy, you can literally distract the rest of the world from everything that you're doing.
I got that.
All you got to do is focus on one point. If you can find a way to focus everything into one point, you can blind the rest of the world for what you're doing.
Yeah. No, and I get that. I'm just saying it saddens me that they're worried about what he can do and they're not afraid of us.
Well, I mean,
When the actual, and I'm not talking about those jackwagons that went to the Capitol building. I'm not talking about those idiots that, were doing the rioting and stuff all this past year. I'm talking about
right.
real American people, not the fringe, the rest of us. They need to be that the left and the progressives need to be that afraid of us, and they're not. And it's our fault.
it is our fault.
We let them
trample us.
exactly, and we have not bothered once to go. You know what? No, I have like we mentioned last
I
night.
have the legal ramification
Yes.
to go and attack.
As we talked about last night, it's
In the legal sense.
We're in an abusive, narcissistic relationship.
Yes.
And we just cannot get the strength and the courage to say enough is enough.
That's true.
And
it's very, very true. I do have one thing that I wanted to point out. So you brought this up. And this is funny to me.
This is funny.
This is funny.
I saw this today, and we've told y'all. We said again. We said if you start trying to set a precedent, if you do something, you're going to set that precedent, and it's going to roll forever and ever.
Yeah, U.S. government officials out there, if you decide to do things and take action
instead of just doing it the right way,
you're going to set a precedent where people are going to start copying you, and it's going to be on the opposite side.
Yeah, and eventually it's going to keep going. So Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene announced on Twitter Wednesday night that she plans to file articles of impeachment against the president-elect Joe Biden on January 21st.
Really? Mm-hmm. Straight first day
for abuse of power.
Mm-hmm. How is he? I mean, you could say election fraud.
There's all kinds of,
but like abuse of power. How do you got?
I was gonna say I don't know how he got abuse of power because he hasn't even technically taken office yet.
I mean, he has abused his powers for the past 45 years.
But you can't impeach him as president,
right?
You can impeach him as a congressman,
as a
or
senator, whatever.
Yeah, whatever he was.
Senator, I think.
And
then VP.
Yeah, senator.
Okay.
But still, but you can't. Yeah, you can't get him for the presidency.
Right.
Anyway, Congresswoman Greene voted against impeaching Donald Trump Wednesday in a single charge of inciting insurrection.
Okay.
Greene's no vote wasn't enough, and President Trump became the first president in history to be impeached twice while in office. He wasn't impeached.
They voted on it in the House. There's such a big difference, guys. There's such a big freaking difference between this.
And we say this every time. We're just reminding you.
He wasn't actually impeached.
He wasn't.
They voted to file an impeachment trial. They voted to push it on to the Senate. You have to have both houses to go through this. You have to have both. Both have to have
before it even goes to the trial.
Before it even goes to trial. No, he is not impeached. Yeah. No, he has not been impeached. There has been no impeachment. They have voted that they say that they believe that they have enough evidence to actually take him to trial for impeachment.
Yes. That's it. It's
Stop it.
I hate that we have to do it like that, but you have to be reminded, just so you're clear, he was not impeached. And I'm tired of hearing it.
He hasn't been impeached. He won't be impeached.
They're not going to.
There's no way to impeach the president.
He's got 6 days left. You have one of the two branches, or one of the three branches of government is out on vacation or out of session. They're not going to come back for one guy to authorize an impeachment trial,
right?
To just for literally no reason. The guy's leaving in 6 days.
Yeah. 6.
Just get over it.
You got 6 days. But anyway, so Georgia Congresswoman has decided that she's going to start immediately filing for impeachment of
on the 21st.
On the 21st, the same day that he's inaugurated, they're going to immediately start impeachment hearings.
I don't know how that's going to work, though.
I don't know, but you could add on enough stuff to where at least it could partially stick as much as.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. You have more. There is more of an argument to be said for the left, and not necessarily Joe Biden,
right?
And but especially in the office of presidency. But I mean, there's a lot of evidence to turn around and.
But it doesn't
and
matter.
Try and pitch something.
What is it going to do? Well, that's going to if he gets impeached, then we immediately have Kamala Harris.
Well, but again, here's what's going to happen. Lady, you're going to file this stuff. And kudos for being...
And it's going to get crushed immediately.
I was going to say, yeah, well, I haven't got there yet. I was going to start off with the kudos. Kudos
Good job.
for being,
proactive?
I was going to say tenacious, but sure.
Sure, okay.
We know that the whole thing is just you just pounding your fist on the desk and kind of just saying, okay, you guys want to act like this, we're going to act like this too. And that's fine.
Sure.
But you know as well as I do, just like they're not coming back into session to vote a guy out who's leaving in 6 days, you're not going to get
this is the House.
I was going to say, you're not going to get any branch of the government, especially the ones that is it Congress that's sitting at more of a Dem split?
The Congress.
It's like
House,
1 or 2, but still.
So the House of Representatives is still controlled by the Dems.
Okay.
So it's never going to pass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're never going to get it past anything.
Yeah.
So again, I
think the Senate is a dead split, if I remember right.
I say, I knew one of them was a dead split, and one of them's up by like a 1 or 2 or something.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. I don't know.
But anyway, I
can't remember.
It'll never get there. You'll never be able to get that done.
The Florida second election was also thefted. We didn't go over that, did we?
No.
So just tidbits of information. I know it's stupid, but since we're on Georgia anyway, a judge decided that she was going to say that, all
Lives matter?
No, all the new absentee ballots that suddenly appeared out of nowhere for the additional election that happened, we're good to go, even though they weren't signed, even though there weren't things, and even though they were all basically registered Democrat. Turns out that she was the sister to Stacey Abrams.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah,
Stacey Abrams' sister is a judge, and she somehow, because she decided not to recuse herself, she somehow got the case for the absentee ballots in Georgia for the second election, for the runoff election.
Yeah.
She somehow got that case, and she got the whole case kicked off.
I mean, there's no...
She completely dismissed it.
But hey, I mean, don't sit here and
don't.
There's favoritism.
No
and
favoritism here.
They're not narcissism.
Nepotism.
Nepotism.
No,
that was the
not
word.
not nepotism.
There's nothing like that going on.
Stacey Abrams just spent the last 2 years canvassing the entirety of Georgia,
claiming that she won an election that she very clearly lost.
but then campaigning for every Democrat in the campus and making sure that she was out there getting people's voter registers stirred.
She was funny to me because she was arguing and saying that she won. Right?
Yes.
She won the election.
She was ardent.
It
about
wasn't even,
this.
it was stolen from me.
No, I won.
I won, period.
Yeah.
I am the winner. I have taken this office.
He's running an illegal office right now.
No. She didn't even go that far. It was I won. I have the office. It's my office. That's how I heard it. So she spent
the first year afterwards doing that.
Well, yeah, no. Well, and she still on occasion does that. So, but she's never once been in the office and doing the job. So, okay, let's pretend that you're right there, Pumpkin. You think you should maintain that job now because you haven't done the job.
Jack.
You haven't done anything.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
anyway.
you may have helped the other elections, but you haven't done your job that you were hired to do.
Right.
That you say you were hired to do.
I think that her job was just to distract like everything else.
I agree.
Honestly.
There's a lot of
There's a lot of
sleight
smoke.
of hand.
Yeah, a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of sleight of hand, a lot of misdirection here. This is a magician's wet dream is politics,
Yeah. Yeah. And every one of us are suckers. We're the
pretty much we're all sitting on that sitting at the edge of the stage watching and trying to figure out how they did it.
How did he make the Empire State Building disappear?
A Boeing 747 vanished
With people in it. What?
and everybody was surrounding it 360?
Yeah, how does that happen? That can't be real.
It's not
I
real.
am so shocked. He must be a sorcerer.
Magic.
David Copperfield.
That's what we do. That's what this is. That's what politics is. It's street corner sleight of hand.
Yeah.
It's the smoke and mirrors, guys. That's all this is. And we fell for it.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Everyone fell for it. And yeah, we're saying that, no, we didn't fall for it, blah, 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 blah. We
No.
see it. But nobody's doing anything about it.
No, we did. And the worst part about it is not only did we fall for it, but we're continuing to. We keep doing it over and over again. We keep electing people just because
people, because we know their name.
that's it.
Stop it.
We don't for 1 second think of how well anything ran.
Yep. You know
So.
what? Next election, if you don't know the person, vote for them.
Just make it intentional,
Yeah, intentionally vote for the people you don't know the names.
just for the hell
Yep,
of it.
just
I'm
do it.
down.
Let's
I'm
do
down.
that.
is the right time to be with the one you love now. Say now, oh baby, say now, come on baby now. I wanna be the one I love now. You the one thinking of. I know the night time. Oh, it's the right time to be the one you love now. I said to be the one you love. You know my mother now, and the dime now, and my father. Let me put y'all around. Oh, baby, when I come on, baby, now, I want you to hold my hand, yeah, tight as you can. I know the night time. Oh, it's the right time to be the one you love now. You know what I'm thinking of. Oh, sing a song about it.
This is Defenders Live.
Oh, Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. We are family. I got my corrupt judge sister with me. It just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
It really does. It works.
I liked it. It
think it
was
works well.
good.
Yeah.
It good. Oh, welcome
Is
to
that
the
a true?
show, everybody. Defenders Live, Mojo 50. Go to mojo50.com.
Mojo50.com.
Yes. Mojo50.com.
Oh, that's the radio station.
Yes.
That's the one that covers us?
Yeah, the ones, yeah.
Yeah.
The poor saps that keep us on.
Those poor individuals.
For some weird reason.
I don't know what's going on, but somehow.
Ride this pony until they tell us to leave.
That's right. Those guys are amazing over there. They've got so many different hosts, not only us, but if you like a diversity of thought, if you like people with different opinions and you want to hear them all in the same station, you've come to the right place. Mojo50.com. You can go to iHeartRadio, hit the Mojo50 radio button. That will get you 24/7 news talk, free speech radio.
Good stuff.
It's amazing.
It is. You'll like it. We like it.
We like it a lot.
Go over there and say hi.
Yes.
Check them out.
Do it.
Oh, go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Oh, AmericanPrideRoasters.com?
Yeah, because, they have awesome coffee.
They do have awesome
I don't
coffee.
usually do, honestly, the online thing. I'm even not I use Amazon, but I'm not a big fan. And it's just,
you don't buy online. You like to buy in person most
I
of the
do
time.
kind of. I would much rather buy stuff in person. Touch it and feel it and hold it and make sure I'm looking at it, and
And if you're in the local area, you can actually have, you can order it online and have it delivered by hand.
No, I know, but I don't want that. I like to be able to go
And by
into
hand,
a
I
store.
mean thing.
Yeah, I know what you
Thing will literally deliver it to your house.
mean. Oh, the little
From Adam's family. No,
Yeah.
Adam's family thing,
I'll come out the box and
Bing.
ding and go away. No, but like I said, I'm not a huge fan of doing the online ordering. I really am not.
Right.
Like I said, I love Amazon and I do use it, but I would much rather just go into a store, put my hands on the object, and do it that way.
You should never put your hands on objects.
Well, what can I say? It's an addiction. Anyway, but no, AmericanPrideRoasters.com is the one place that I do not have a problem ordering online for.
That's very true. One, it is the best coffee I've ever put in my mouth.
Yeah. it causes you to swallow every
does.
time.
Every single
time. You know, one might call it historically great coffee.
They do actually call it historically.
That is their tagline.
That is their tagline. Yeah,
it
is amazing. Right now, you can also get the Defender's Light. It is out there and available to you. It is a limited supply because
Very limited.
They don't have much left, but you can get that today. And if you don't, well, that's fine. You can buy us a bag. You can buy a bag and send it to us. We're
Yeah,
happy
you can
about
do that too.
We always accept that as donation.
Yeah, I am not going to argue about that at all.
We run on steam and coffee, and by steam I mean literally we like the last little bit of energy that we have in the day.
Yeah, that's
It's kind of how it works.
I'm kind of on that last bit myself.
Support for viewers like you.
So it's gonna bug me because I tried to remember the exact phrasing of that. The John T. and
No, don't
Catherine
don't stop.
T. McCormick.
We
Mc-
need to stop. McCormick is the seasoning.
I know, that's what makes it funny. The McCormick Foundation.
Yeah, sure, right.
You know, the foundation
The
for
Kermit T. Frog Foundation.
yeah.
It's not what it is.
The foundation for obese gerbils.
That's definitely it.
That's another
That
one
is
too.
definitely it. Well, so we were talking about obviously what was going on with everybody and how they're going to impeach Biden immediately and how they're trying to impeach Trump and all the rest of it. Well, Joe Biden ain't having none of that.
Oh no,
He ain't having none of that.
he ain't have. Even though the entire time up to this point,
He's not having any of that.
He was having every
None
bit
of
of
it.
it,
None of it.
and now he's done.
Done with it. Throw it away.
Does he forget what he's doing? Does he know where he's at?
Throw it away.
Just get rid of it.
Corn pop. Get away.
Right out the door.
Yep.
Toss it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
President-elect Joe Biden weighs in again on the subject of impeachment late Wednesday, this time pushing the Senate, which will flip Democrat the next week. So apparently it will flip.
Yeah.
It's 49-51 or something.
Yeah,
like that
that's the one I thought of.
49-51. Yeah. So to press ahead with legislative business and push a possible trial of for President Trump, who will have left office, to the back burner. Push it to the back burner. Don't go down the road of pursuing it because, quote, I hope that the Senate leadership will find a way to deal with the constitutional responsibilities on impeachment while also working on other urgent business of the nation.
I would like to know, why? How about don't put it on the back burner? How about stop it?
Right.
Stop it.
Stop it.
There's no point. You're going to continue trying to push for impeachment even after he's gone and still attempt to try and help the country. Like, how?
Well, Biden reportedly remains concerned that Congress is so focused on the President Trump now, punishing him and impeaching him, and that he will lose his precious time that he needs to pass his agenda that he has, that he wants to get done, his 100 days to introduce a major piece of legislation and just 18 months to press a full agenda. You want to know why it's 18 months? Because the next election.
Yeah.
If he gets it, he can't get it done anytime after that 18th month because he's basically
he's a lame duck.
Everybody's going to be in full election mode for that last 6 months.
You know what the problem with this is, though? That
What's
I have with the language that you keep using.
What, me?
Well, I mean, I know you're reading,
Story,
but
yeah.
the language is being used is bothering me.
What's the language? What language are you talking about?
That he have to have precious time to pass his agenda
His legislation.
and his
Legislation, yeah.
Legislation.
18 months full agenda, yeah.
he wasn't put there to pass his agenda.
Oh, no. Well, this is the commitment required by the Constitution. Required. It's his required commitment. His legislation, because he's a legislator.
Yeah, but no, it's not
Right?
his. It's not his.
It's not his no,
agenda.
It's not.
It is
Well,
not his legislation. It is not any of that.
Really?
It's not. No.
No?
He is he's the executive. That's it. He's the guy that goes yay or nay. I like this, and that's it.
That's not how anybody's pushed their job as president over the past 50 years.
I know, probably longer than that, but yeah, I agree. But that's the thing, and every time I hear that it's his agenda, and I hated it when they said it under Trump. I hated it when they said it under Obama. I hated it under Bush, and
it's not his agenda.
It's not his agenda.
Like, does he have things that he wants to get done? Sure, but
and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see that as being an issue.
The legislative body has to pass it, and he has to yes it.
But that's where he turns around, and if he's got a suggestion, or if he's got a plan, or if he's got an idea on how to do X, then he brings it before the Senate.
Well, that's
brings
the
it before
thing.
the House and says, "Hey guys, this is what we're going to do." And then by default, those senators and congressmen are supposed to go back to their constituents and be like, "Hey,
this is what we want to do.
This is what we want to do." And then you, as the people, go, "Yeah, we like that," or "No, we don't."
No.
And then it goes back, and then it's passed and done, or it's, failed. And
that's kind of the idea. Yeah. I mean, that you kind of have the right idea. Of course, they'd never look at us and ask that question, because technically, since we voted them in office as our representatives, they don't have the need to come back and actually poll Americans, because what you do when you vote in a representative Republican
I know. It's to
constitutional republic is to get rid of the mob vote.
Yeah, the response and to alleviate you of that heavy load, that responsibility.
It's such a heavy load.
It is. It's crazy, and you have more important things to do as people. You have jobs, you have families, you have to take care of. You have more important things to do than to be worrying your pretty little head off about, the way, what kind of taxes you are going to have to pay, what kind of laws and legislations are going to be passed.
Right.
It's not for you to worry about. Let the government handle it.
Well,
that's what they're there for.
Take it from Biden, who says
I'm not taking nothing from that.
From confirmations to key posts such as secretaries for the Homeland Security, State, Defense, Treasury, and the Director of National Intelligence are getting our vaccine program on track, which was already on track, apparently, because it was already there. Or to getting our economy going again, which you can't do as a government. The only thing you can do is to get out of the way. Also, too many of our fellow Americans have suffered for too long over the past year to delay this urgent work.
It's very simple. It's called let the states do whatever they want to do and stop lying about the numbers.
Well, he's going to pass. He has more legislation. He announced that in some of the details of his plan that he includes a $1,400 supplement check for individual taxpayers. Another one. Yep. The checks that would bring a total of supplement for $2,000 per person. So it's not just $600 again. It's going to be another $2,000 now. So they're finally going to come out with the $2,000 now that Trump's no longer in office.
Yeah, now they can turn around.
Now they can say as well, we
gave you that. Yeah,
we wanted to give this to you, but Trump would never give it to you.
When it was actually the other way around.
Right. The president-elect, and once again, it's spending of our grandkids' money at this point.
I think we're on to the great grandkids.
We probably are at this point.
I think. I could be wrong, but I think.
Well, there is a high enough population. I think grandkids are still there. It's still to the.
Well, but hold on. Let's count in the amount of abortions that are going on.
I'm not counting in the abortions.
Well, I was going to say, if we do that, are we really?
People.
No, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. Maybe it's only our grandkids, because we may not have a great grand generation.
Yeah, you might be right there. The president-elect wants that measured passed within a few weeks of his administration on Tuesday.
You know what? People in hell want ice water.
Pleaded to make lawmakers to consider half a day schedule for an impeachment. Half a day.
Oh my God.
I want a half day.
Let's keep those.
I want the impeachment trial to be a half day and a half day only. Quote, can we go half day on dealing with the impeachment and a half day getting the people nominated for the confirmation in the Senate, as well as moving on with the package?
I don't like. Am I the only person that kind of cringes every time Biden says the word package? Yeah, I'm just making.
I thought about it as I was reading. I was like, ew.
I know you can't help but get that little shiver down your spine. It's like, oh,
that's the bad kind, not the Chris Matthews kind.
Yeah, no, that was, and his was up his leg.
Oh, that's right.
Still,
and that's a tingle.
No, I quit worrying about impeachment.
Just let it go, all right?
Because I hate newsflash to anybody who's on the left, any of these politicians, the progressives, and all these cats that are in the government. If you're scared of Trump, I can name several people that I know just in my inner circle of regular people.
Sure.
That if by some crazy act of God were able to make it into the presidency, the seat of the presidency,
Yep.
you would be begging for Trump to come back. I know people. I can count on my hand right now. Several
They're
people
in line.
who would be like, hey, you know what? Calvin Coolidge who?
Screw you guys.
Let's bring that back. Cutting the deficit, talking
I would love
taxes. I'm talking
I would love
bone cutting. You think Trump was bad? I can name some people.
I could. Oh my gosh.
And that's what I'm saying.
So as
There's
the
always
executive, but here's the thing: as the executive, yeah, the Congress has the power of the purse, right? But as the executive, he could say no.
Yeah.
Anything under the executive branch, I have control of. So
No.
we're not going to spend it anymore. You're gone.
Yeah.
Just this entire portion of the administration gone.
Yeah.
Just gone.
That's the point I'm trying to get at. Is y'all think Trump is bad? There are human beings, there are people, there are Americans who, by your standards, are far, air quotes, worse.
Far right that are actually far right.
And but good far right. Not
Do you
like
understand? Yeah, not the correct version of far libertarian far right.
Yes. Yes.
Like
small
far right. Yeah, small
very
government.
small government right.
Incredibly small government.
And if those people are floating around, one day someone like them will pop in.
Yes.
One of them will make it to office one day, and y'all are going to be in a world of hurt.
Because right now you've got Joe Biden coming in office, right? And Joe Biden he comes across as middle of the road, dead wood, right?
Ew, that's another one I don't need to think about when it comes to Biden.
Bog lump. Middle
Bump on a log.
bog lump.
Ew.
Yeah, he's middle of the road piece of wood in a bog, just kind of sitting there, dry rot. That's what he is.
Ew.
That's what he is.
I agree, but
if Kamala Harris, when Kamala Harris takes the presidency,
when she becomes president,
when Kamala Harris takes the presidency, you're not. The people that are out there that are anywhere close to conservative are going to freaking lose their shit.
Yep.
And I promise you, if it's not Donald Trump, they're going to find as close to farthest right person possible to knock that person out of the park.
Nice. Oh, I'm just saying it. And if enough people actually did even part of the type of homework they needed to do to put people that they truly wanted into office, to do the things they truly wanted, if they would take a moment and think about it, this everything would be completely different.
Yeah, it would be. It would be amazing.
Because by all typical standards, Trump is. I mean, it was good, but he ain't gonna be nothing. He's gonna look like AOC by the time we're done. If somebody like me, I'd never be able to make it. But if somebody like me was to be in office of the presidency right now,
right?
Oh, please, Trump would be Nancy Pelosi. Chuck Schumer. I mean, he's far. Karl Marx at that point.
The correlation between what we want as quote conservative libertarian, what we want versus or what we would enact versus Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He had a couple good things.
He did.
He had a couple good things, and he did a lot. There was a lot of things there. There were a lot of things that we were like, you know what? That's great.
Yeah.
That's good, too.
Yeah.
That was a good... That was bad. That was good. Okay, there. This was good. He had a lot of those.
There was a lot more, 2 steps forward, 3 steps forward, and,
Then a step back.
A step back.
And the biggest step back, though, was finances.
Yeah.
Spending.
Yeah.
That was the biggest... most extravagant step back. That was like a 5-stepper.
Yeah, at least.
Because it's not a 2-step. That was a 5-step.
Yeah, it was more of a shuffle.
You shimmied backwards.
It was only 2 steps, but it ended up being 20 feet because he just kind of scooted.
Scoot.
Yeah.
But boot scoot.
Yeah.
Boot scoot and boogie right there.
Boot scoot and boogie.
That's
but no, I'm just saying. And that's there are people, and I don't know. I'm part of me. There's a part of me that right now I'm having this feeling, and I wish I could convey it better. We as people, as Americans, we're the ones with the power.
Yep.
We're the ones that can enact actual change.
Right.
And I'm in my gut, I wish I could convey it better, a way to kind of spark something in people to turn around and go, holy smokes.
Well, it goes back
and
to...
even if it's simple as, like we were saying before we went on break, go into that booth and intentionally don't pick the person just because you know their name.
Actually, intentionally pick the person that you don't know.
Well, I'd be careful about that one.
Unless well...
I'd be careful about that.
There is
obviously you want to do homework.
There is a play there, but I'm saying, like...
I know what you mean.
You have a better chance of getting somebody in that is better than anybody right now if you don't know who they are.
Actually, you know what? I kind of would go that route. No, and I would actually give you an argument for your way of doing that.
Oh, yeah?
Because think about it. Regardless of whether they would be good people or not...
It's new people.
It's new people.
Which means you have more play on them.
Yeah, some of these people have been in... the government since
1962.
Well, I was gonna say about 20 years after the founding of Israel.
I mean, the crypt keeper is currently the Speaker of the House, so
I know. I'm just saying that just to get.
I apologize, crypt keeper. You don't look that bad. I mean,
he looks good for his age. No, I'm just saying, just to have the new faces, new people in there, even if it's somebody you're not going to agree to, at least they're going to walk in there with a little bit more respect and understanding for what's going on and not have this, well, you owe it to me because I am somebody and I am this and I am that. Now, that'll come down the road, but at least for the first year or so, they're going to be
and you know what?
doing their job and doing it right.
Right. And here's another thing. Another big thing with local, this all breaks down into state politics once again. The fiscal truffle shuffle.
Fiscal truffle shuffle.
That's right.
Thank you, Slug. Yes.
That's a good one. Yes. But this all comes back to local.
Yeah.
It comes back to state because I tell you what, a lot of people are out there. You know, the Congress is never going to enact rules against themselves. You're right. Congress is never going to enact rules against themselves. They're never going to put legal restrictions on the things that they can do.
They're never going to do term limits.
They're never going to do term limits. They're always going to vote themselves more pay. They're never going to set a cap on how much they can make, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I get that.
No.
If you do not vote in your local elections every election and know what you're doing in your local body politic, that is the reason why we can't come together as a nation of states.
Yeah, it's weird.
And actually vote in policies and amendments to our Constitution to make sure that we can limit the power of these assholes in Congress.
Yep. Just saying.
If you paid attention to the people that you vote into office in your state,
even a little bit,
if you paid attention to the people in your state more than the people in the federal government, your life would be
way better.
At least twice as good.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody wonders how it is that Texas is the way it is.
People pay attention in Texas.
Well,
most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. I mean, they're slowly being corrupted, sadly.
Slowly.
But it's a very big state, so there's still some time.
Right.
But yeah, the people were involved, and the ones who weren't stayed the hell out of it.
Right.
It wasn't this thing where let's just get everybody to just vote. Well, you don't know what the hell you're voting for.
Everybody needs to get out and vote. No. I believe that it is your responsibility.
I do too.
But as a responsibility, you have things that you need to do for that. Like, it's not just go. I didn't just start my kids off washing dishes. I showed my kids how to wash dishes.
Yeah. Same thing. Tie in your shoe.
It's your responsibility to do this.
Yeah.
This is now a thing that you need to do.
Yep.
But you need to know how to do it. You need to research. You need to understand what you're doing and why. You need to go through the process.
And that's a good point to mention, too. We need to do it not just for the sake of doing it now, because you're probably not going to get a whole lot of change and stuff done now.
No.
But if you can start doing your homework. If you start doing that kind of stuff now, then
People
you can start showing it to the next generation and get them to start doing it. And then maybe, after we're dead and gone, we may not see and reap the benefits of it, but our grandchildren might. And to me, that's more important. Is to not see, to not sound a little, patriotic here for a moment, but to not see the light of liberty be squenched out in our lifetime.
Right.
And it's true. I don't want it to go away because we're losing it and we're losing it fast.
And I'm going to say this also, again, I'm going to repeat myself as many times as it needs to be said. I am going to look into it this year. In the next 2 months, I'm going to be looking into it. You need to start not only now looking into who is putting their name in the hat for these elections and for these places, because people are already putting their names in for the next election. People are already going ahead and putting their names in the ballots for these things and making sure that everything's good. If in the next 6 months, nobody has their name, if in the next 6 months, you're looking at your local stuff, I mean, from city, your local municipality, all the way to the state level, if you see positions that don't have opposition, become that opposition or find somebody.
Yep.
Find somebody or become the opposition. I'm not saying put your name into 10 different slots.
Yeah, that'd be
kind of weird, especially if you got more than one.
Yeah, that would be.
But what I am saying is there is a place that every one of you, every one of you has an ability to do it. There is a place that you have a good mind for. And there's a spot in the local body politic that you will have a place for if you decide to step up. If you don't like the way that your local city is going, if you don't like the way that your local state's going, if you don't like how everything is happening in your town or in your place, in your state, get involved and get elected.
Yep.
It's not as hard as you think. Some people get elected with 25 votes. And I mean 25. I don't mean they won 25 votes above the other person. I mean they got 25 votes.
Yeah.
And they won.
And they won.
And
that's all that matters. But the point is we have to approach this from a different angle because what's been being done clearly isn't working.
Right.
And it's time to change that.
But that's because what's been done has been corrupted for the past 120 years.
Yeah. And we've relieved ourselves of our authority and power, and we've given it to the government because it's just easier.
Right.
I like to use that.
It's not
loosely.
to think
it's
about
not
it.
easier. We've been made to believe that it's not that important. It's not for us to worry and stress about.
Don't worry your little heads.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry your pretty little freckles off that nose of yours. We got this handled for you. You handle and keep going. And we said, okay, you've got this.
And then we keep electing inept people that are power hungry and want nothing to do other than to make themselves rich.
Because I've never understood. Okay, so I understand why we can't. There will never be, at least at the moment, why there's no term limits on congressmen and Senate.
The whole idea was the fact that the people would vote them out when they turned bad.
But they're not.
Right.
Because you've had Biden in office for
40-some
45 years. He has done nothing. He has not done his job.
Right.
And yet he still has been in there for 45 years. You know, most people retire after between 30 and 40 years of a job.
Yes, that's true.
So how is it that these people stay on as virtual lifers?
Because it's easier to live and mooch off of the people.
Off of us? Yes.
Yeah, it's easy to mooch off the government for years, especially if you've already gotten voted into office. If you spent the time to get yourself into a position to where you can get elected.
Yeah.
Whether it be you went through and got a poli-sci, and then you got through a couple of elections and you were behind the scenes and you felt out the way that everything was supposed to work, and you spent 2 or 3 more years. You spent the time figuring out a way to mooch off of the people for the rest of your life. Why would you give that up?
Well, and it's easy whenever, like you said, that they're distracted.
Right.
You've got them. There's the infighting. There's all this other stuff. All you have to do is, as a job as a politician, is say you did something, try and vote yes or no for a bill, and that's it. One of seriously the easiest jobs to do.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to leave that kind of crap either, theoretically. I mean,
make yourself a promise. If you decide to get into politics, leave within 10 years. Go, serve, get out.
I
That's
say
all you gotta do.
if you're going to go vote this next election too,
Oh, yeah.
I know it's a lot of people on some of those things. Pick one. Pick one person that you study and do homework on.
All of them.
Yeah. Next time we can do 2. Let's expand
3,
it out. Something.
and then 4. Yeah, but you've got time. You've got 2 years. Find them, study them, learn it.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, first hour's done. Go to DOAEshow.com. Follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. Facebook and Twitter and all them good jazzes. Oh, hour 2 is on the other side. We'll be back in a little bit. Don't go anywhere.
I never seen a night so long when time goes crawling by. The moon just went behind a cloud to hide his face like gray. Well, maybe the night is cool, but together they fade like the shadow that ran up to the hills, trying to fix a way. The silence of a falling star lights up a purple sky. And as I wonder where you are, I'm so lonesome I could pray. Well, maybe the night is cool, but together they fade like the shadow that ran up to the hills, trying to fix a way.
My mama would rock me in the cradle in them old cotton field back home. It was down in Louisiana, just them old cotton fields back home. When them cotton balls get rotten, you can't beat very much cotton. I'll never get you. I'll never get you. I'll never get you. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
You know, so asked by Young Americans of Freedom chapter of his campus if he would act as an advisor for the group, a political professor at Penn State University instead ripped the YAF, the Young Americans for Freedom, seemingly blaming the organization for the breach at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th.
So Young Americans for Freedom is the reason why they Okay, continue.
It's these young kids that are in college that are apparently not taking
Antifa.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say they're not taking the brainwashing.
So they're not taking
It's not the brainwashing isn't taken on these people, and they're still free thinkers, and therefore it's their fault
that people are storming the Capitol, where we just said that there was also people that were Antifa.
Yeah. Professor Pete Hatemi.
Sure. Actually, that's Pete Hate Me.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Is that's Pete Hate Me, but
that's spelled Pete Hate Me.
Yeah, I know, but I
Professor Hate Me.
Sure. He probably does hate himself. Sent an email to Penn State's YAF chapter saying, quote, "Under no condition would I support any group that has an implied or explicit support for Trump, racism, sexism, or indifference to democratic values, including peace, liberty, freedom, and justice for all people."
Wait. YAF. Young Americans for Freedom.
Yes.
That it has an implied support for racism? How? Young
Trump.
Americans for Freedom.
Trump.
Freedom.
Trump.
Freedom.
Trump.
Trump is only the president for right now. Young Americans for
Well,
Freedom.
and Trump is one human being. He's one man.
Right.
Like it's not the same. He's not.
Trump is not the reason for the party.
He is not racist. He is not sexist. He is not any of those things.
And it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
After politely thanking Hate Me for his response, PSU YAF chairman John Stafford fired back, quote, "I find your response insulting, not only towards YAF, but the entirety of the conservative movement. YAF is a 501c3 organization, therefore it cannot and has not ever endorsed candidates, political parties, etc. Your suggestion that YAF somehow is responsible for the violence at the Capitol last week is unsubstantial. YAF has never advocated for violence, and to assert such a claim with no evidence or research is dishonorable. National YAF publicly condemned the violence that occurred. Finally, the assumptions that you have made are nothing but biased. You spent the majority of your email attacking my organization and wrongly assuming that we belong to an absurd narrative of violence and chaos, but you never once asked me about the organization or my motives. I encourage you to research the history of YAF before falsely maligning it. I will continue my search for a chapter advisor to ensure that my YAF chapter has a strong presence on Penn State campus, promoting freedom and standing against false narratives like your own."
That's a
End
good
quote.
That's a good reply.
I think so.
That's a pretty solid thing. He has no need for anybody else to sit there and defend him.
No.
There's no apology for that.
Yeah. Stafford told YAF, quote, "College is supposed to be a place where I am free to listen and learn.
That's
Yet
true.
my experience has been filled with roadblocks and professors limiting me to the realms of their own ideologies. And I'm proud to be a member of YAF. And I will not speak quietly or amend my beliefs."
Wow.
Right? End quote.
Pretty heavy tones here.
Well, I mean, and you can't blame him. I mean, everybody, to one extent or another, is getting tired of this.
Yes.
Being tired of being talked down to, being tired of being told that your opinion doesn't matter, and honestly not feeling like they're heard. That was the argument that this whole BLM thing was.
Yeah, you don't hear our voice.
You're not listening to us. We're saying there's a problem and you're not listening.
Right.
Was it the right? We're not talking about whether that their rioting and the way they acted, the looting was that the right
That's
response
not the right
to
response to it at
We
all.
know it's not.
Yes.
But we're not talking about that. The whole point and premise behind it was supposed to be there's a problem and no one is listening to us.
Right.
And now, but the problem is everybody feels that way.
Yes.
And it's because, again, as we have mentioned earlier, we're allowing the government to, divide us.
Yes.
We're letting them sit there and cause problems and point fingers to where we stay distracted and are constantly fighting, because if we do that, then we're not going to pay attention to anything that they're doing and all the corruption that they're doing.
All the crap that happens behind the scenes, well, not even behind the scenes anymore. All the crap that happens right in front of your face, but you're too distracted with a little squirrel.
Yeah.
Here's the jangly thing right here. Look, pay attention right here, right here.
Keys,
right here. Shiny keys, right here. That's what they do.
Jingly, jingly.
That's what they want to do. That's what they continue to push on us. Like, here's the jangly keys, shinies,
Yep.
all for you.
Look over
here's
here.
$2,000 instead of $600.
Yeah, don't look at what's going on anywhere else. Don't look at what we could be doing. Don't look at the fact that every time we pass a bill, it's 1,000 pages and nobody reads it, nobody knows what's in it. Blah 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 blah. It's just so irritating and frustrating.
It is very much so.
Penn State's bio of Hate Me reads, quote, "I'm a distinguished professor of political science, co-fund in microbiology and biochemistry at Penn State. My research currently focuses..." I don't know why.
Explicating?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I don't know why my brain just went
It's okay.
on explicating the individual differences and preferences, decision-making, and social behaviors on a wide range of topics,
Wide range.
including political behaviors, attitudes, addictions, political violence and terrorism,
Yeah. Okay.
public health, gender identification,
Okay.
of course. I think every professor has something to do with gender identification. Religion, mate selection.
Mate selection?
I didn't realize that was a thing. And the nature of interpersonal relationships.
Bro.
In so doing, I advocate theoretical and methodical pluralism.
And so doing, you literally stretched yourself so thin that you could be a piece of cellophane.
Yeah. You
can't focus on that many things. You are literally just using that as a blanket to say, well, I am a professor that has all of these things.
Yeah, all that does is just basically...
You haven't lived long enough, and you will never live long enough to be proficient in every single one of those aspects.
No, but again, it covers it. So when he spouts off at the mouth and has his opinion that covers, gender identification,
mate selection,
and all this other crap, then he can turn around and go, "Oh no, I'm a distinguished professor of political science. I've got all these. My research currently focuses on these things. I know what I'm talking about."
You're a poli-sci biochemist. How? Did you literally spend half of your time teaching and the other half going through college again for biochemistry? Like, poli-sci is nothing, but
he taught himself
microbiology and biochem. That's pretty hardcore stuff.
Yeah, it's not an easy breezy, beautiful cover girl kind of classes. This is
I mean, poli-sci is.
Yeah, no, it's
poli-sci is real easy.
All you have to do is not do what the people want.
All you have to do in poli-sci is listen to your teacher. That's it.
Yeah.
If you want to pass poli-sci, just listen exactly to what they say and do that.
Nod your head and say yeah.
Yep. And you'll pass with at least a C.
Yeah.
You barely even have to do work at poli-sci. It's crazy. Jeez.
Good times.
Reminds me of that kid that we had a conversation with on that other show.
Oh, yeah.
Poli-sci in college.
Yeah, God bless him.
Libertarian. Market libertarian.
No.
Wait,
Social libertarian.
Social libertarian. Libertarian
socialist.
What?
Yeah.
Libertarian socialist.
You know another word for that?
Stupid.
Soup sandwich. That's what that is. It's a soup sandwich.
It makes no sense.
There is no such thing. It doesn't work.
Alphabet soup. That's what you are.
I like the ravioli better.
Oh, do you really?
I do. Like the Chef Boyardee ravioli right out of the can. Don't even warm that junk up.
Just eat it cold.
Yeah.
It tastes like dog food like that.
No, it doesn't.
It does to me.
It
does to me.
It
tastes like dog food anyway to me.
It does, but it tastes better cold than it does hot.
I don't agree.
Hashtag change my mind.
I can't. I can't. Like, I can eat it if I have to. If there's nothing else, I'll eat it. That's fine.
I wondered what was in my pocket.
Little pegs. I will if I have to. Like, if I have no way to cook it, the only thing I could do, I got a can opener and I got a fork and I got a can of ravioli. I'll eat it.
Actually, those particular cans nowadays are designed to eat right out of the can. Yep.
Yeah,
They got the little pop tops on there. I know, because there was a stretch there for a while. I was a little hard up on money, and I was driving.
You?
I know. I was delivery driver.
Yeah.
For tires and stuff.
And you just went.
I was going to say, so especially in the wintertime, so to warm it up, I would crank the defrost on and just throw it in the window.
Then
throw it in the dash and drive around later all day long.
Uh-huh.
And then by the time lunch would come around, I'd be like, oh, look.
It's warm.
It's warm. Pop that top and...
It's generally warm.
Well, you did have to periodically turn it. Like on a spit, which is weird because it's up in your dashboard. But I did. I'd take it and turn it a little bit.
That's like the rotating hot dogs and stuff.
Uh-huh.
You gotta turn it a bit.
That's what I did. That's what I did.
Or else the paper will start getting too hot.
Yeah, well, yeah, you run the risk of busting the can too if you're not careful.
Busting the can because the heat and
because
pressure
the heat.
Start bubbling up.
Gross.
Ah, gosh.
That's a smell you don't want to have.
No, especially not stuck in the whatever
vent.
vehicle you're here, and yeah.
Good times.
Jeez.
So we're going to Louisiana now.
Louisiana.
City councilman in Amite, Louisiana.
I might what?
I might lose my brain by the time this is over. Was arrested and charged with 8 counts of election fraud last week.
What?
I know. Again, shocking to think that it would happen.
Election fraud in Louisiana?
I know. Emmanuel Zanders III. Because every time I see Xander, all I think about is Zoolander. Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Xander III is accused of illegally registering nearly 24 people to vote in his district amid his re-election in November.
What is this, a school for ants? Sorry. I can't. It's there. It's stuck in there. It's right there.
Oh, that's funny. Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry and Secretary of State Kyle Ardoin.
Arduin?
Oh, whatever.
Arduin?
It is down in Louisiana.
It's so Kyle Arduin.
It's probably French, so it probably is Arduin.
Arduin.
Announced the charges on Jan 6. Landry said Sanders allegedly urged 22 people to visit vacant lots or to list their vacant lots as their home addresses so he could increase the number of people eligible to vote for him. This was according to the local news station. Sanders, quote, purposefully manipulated citizens into illegally changing their voter. God, I can't read tonight. Purposefully manipulated citizens into illegally changing their voter registrations, Landry said, according to WAFB.
Yeah.
The station said Sanders won re-election to his 3rd term to the council by just 19 votes.
What did I tell you?
He received 206 votes, while his runoff opponent, Clara Bell, sounds like a cow, doesn't it?
Claire Bell.
From Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
Claire Bell.
Claire Bell. While Clara Bell received 187
votes.
Yeah. Landry said his office and Ardoin's office began investigating the case in October of 2020 after getting a tip from
you can't say this. Go ahead. Go ahead. From which
Hold on.
From which parish?
Hold on. My brain is trying to Tangapawa. Close enough. By a parish registrar in of voters, according to their, the 52-year-old Tangapahoa. That's what I said. I said something very to that.
Similar.
52-year-old Democrat was booked at the parish prison on January 5th.
Yes.
And has since been bonded out, citing booking records. Excuse me.
Wait. Huh? Outsiting? What? Huh? He was bonded.
Yeah, he got bailed out.
Oh, he's bailed.
Yeah, he made bail. Or they call it bonded. Same thing. It is Louisiana. They also, their counties are called parishes. Yeah, so he was bonded out.
I could make a joke. Anyway.
Quote, anything other than 1-for-1 vote distorts our election process.
That's true.
According to Landry. Those who wish to distort the election in this matter are breaking the law and betraying their fellow citizens. It is even more disheartening when the perpetrator is an elected official.
Very true.
End quote. Ardoin added that, quote, the election integrity matters. And Xander's arrest should serve as a stark warning to those looking to violate our election laws. End quote.
Very, very true. A Texas woman was also arrested on felony charges of election fraud while Dylan's dying. On election fraud, illegal voting, and unlawfully assisting people voting by mail, and unlawfully possessing an official ballot.
Wow.
That happened on Wednesday as well. Paxton said that the suspect got caught on a Project Veritas video. Midst of blatant illegal actions. So no illegal actions have happened. Nobody. This is none. Though there's no illegal ballots. Nobody's given the fake addresses. All of the mail-in ballots. They're completely legal. Of every state.
Everything's fine.
And everything is awesome.
Nothing to see here.
No, nothing to know.
Everything is cool when you're part of the team.
Exactly. We're all good.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is fine.
When you're living the dream.
That's right. Everything is good when you're living the dream. It's just, God.
But don't worry, this election was fine.
Yeah, James over there just like, oh, hell.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
It happens.
Everybody has problems.
There are literally 50 states in the union.
Each one has problems.
Everybody's got one, and you just got lucky tonight, man.
Yeah. So Missouri
Misery
has become the first nation that is first in the nation, abortion-free state.
Nice.
Abortion-free state after its last remaining abortion facility allegedly stopped terminating pregnancies this year.
Cool.
Yeah. According to an Operation Rescue investigative report on the nationwide status of abortion facilities in 2020, a total of 45 abortion facilities closed or halted abortions nationwide in 2020, leaving one state without an active abortion facility altogether.
Good. That's fantastic.
It is. It's awesome. The group claims that while states' only abortion facility remains open, it has ceased providing abortions.
Good.
Instead, they refer those seeking an abortion to a separate facility across the Mississippi into Illinois.
Go to Alton. You'll be able to get it done.
Hell no.
It's
fine there.
Lord have mercy. Drive to St. Cloud. You'll be fine.
The Reproductive Health Services Planned Parenthood in St. Louis was almost shut down completely in 2019 after the state launched an investigation into the deficient practices and threatened not to renew its medical license over the facility's alleged failure to comply with existing abortion laws.
I always find that fascinating, and I understand it, but just hear me out. In my simple little mind, they have like rules
and
regulations, guidelines and regulations to killing babies.
Yeah, that's weird.
You can kill the kid. We don't care, but you have to do it a certain way.
It has to be humane.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What?
That's what I'm thinking.
You can kill the kid. It just has to be in a humane way.
You can't see it coming.
Yeah, right.
It's
so wrong.
That's all it is. It's just the baby can't see it coming.
Has to be quick.
Yes.
It either has to be quick or you have to burn it out with chemicals. Whichever one it is.
Either way.
Either way, it's fine.
But it's just funny to me. You have regulations on killing children, except for regulating the killing of
Except
children.
for not killing them.
Except for that part.
Yeah. I mean, you can regulate the killing of children, just not.
You just can't stop it.
You can't stop it from. Can't stop people from killing children. Well, the RHS, Planned Parenthood, remains open.
Okay.
And licensed for abortions. We confirmed that none are being done there. That was from Operation Rescue President Troy Newman.
Yay!
Who's after the report. Quote, that means this facility is currently acting only as an abortion referral center. That is no operational abortion facility in the state of Missouri, making it the first abortion-free state now.
Outstanding. Congratulations, Missouri. You don't have a lot going for you.
Right.
But you have this.
You have that.
And that makes it a lot better.
That's great.
That's fantastic.
They're great.
I just wish other states would do that now.
Yeah. Missouri does have some of the strictest laws regulating abortion in the country. Women seeking abortions in the state are required to receive counseling from pro-life and also pro-life literature beforehand, and must wait 72 hours before undergoing the procedure. Abortion procedures are also generally not covered by insurance, except in the case of life endangerment.
Wow.
Yep, in 2019, the state enacted legislation that would block or ban abortions after 8 weeks, but the law was soon blocked by federal judges.
Yeah, because, you
can't stop. Yeah, because,
federal judge has the right to tell a state
what to do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Missouri was ranked the 8th most pro-life state by pro-life group Americans United for Life in 2020, based on the comprehensive analysis of each state's laws and policies protecting the human life from conception to natural death.
I'm curious. Go back to that real quick.
Yeah.
How is it that this is the first state in the entire country to be abortion free, and it's ranked 8th?
It was ranked
as most pro life.
I think that was in the middle of the year.
It doesn't matter. No.
You got this.
But even having the tightest thing, the most restrictive laws and blah 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 blah. Like, how is it still 8th?
Yeah, it should be 1.
From what I'm reading and hearing,
Missouri's
sounds like 1.
I think they jumped I think you jumped the shark there, guys.
Just a tad.
They bumped it up. You should have been a little bit higher up now.
I don't understand why it was only 8th. And who is the number 1?
That's a good question.
I would like to know who number 1 is.
Who's number 1?
Click the rank and see.
Let's see if it pulls it up. Who's number 1?
United for Life, blah, 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 DC.
1?
Oh, wait. Was that it?
Is it there? I can't.
No.
Yeah, Arkansas.
Huh.
Arkansas.
So Arkansas is the number 1 state.
Louisiana.
Oklahoma, Mississippi, Indiana, Kansas, Arizona, Missouri, South Dakota, Idaho, Alabama, North Dakota, Tennessee, Georgia, Michigan, Utah, Florida, Kentucky, Ohio. Texas is 20th.
Texas? Well, they are a freer state, so I mean.
Starting at 21, Nebraska, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Wisconsin, West Virginia, Minnesota. North Carolina is 28th.
Well.
29, Wyoming. Alaska is 30th. And then we start going into 31, Delaware, Virginia, Colorado, Maryland, Nevada, New Hampshire, Illinois, Rhode Island, Maine, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Mexico, Montana, Washington, New York, Hawaii, California, Oregon, New Jersey, and obviously
Vermont.
And Vermont being the least.
The least of these.
The least of these. Which means
the least restrictive and the most welcoming to kill your child.
Yeah, which means that from what I take away from that, and this is not how it is, but from what I take away from that is being that you're at the 50 mark in that ranking.
Yeah,
I would assume that means that you can get an abortion to your door just like you can get food delivered, like DoorDash.
Yeah. I just need a doctor to come over.
I just need to bring no worry, we'll be right there. That's what I'm seeing.
Give us 20 minutes or less. 20 Dr. Express, 20 minutes or less. We'll abort that baby in an instant.
Jeez. Use the promo code ABORT and save 20% on the first one.
That's not right.
That's what I think.
That's what you think of. It's like it has to be.
Well, if you hit 50,
it's like you can buy it good. You can buy it from Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
Groupon, abortion packages.
I don't know.
Batteries not included.
Ew. All right, guys, we're back.
This is Defenders Live.
There, I got it. I was a little jittery. I had too much coffee there a second ago. Like, first off, I didn't like stack, and it's like nothing. And playing with trash in my pockets.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Go to doaeshow.com.
Ooh, that's doaeshow.com.
Yeah, that's our website.
That is ours.
Go check it out. All the cool stuff over there. The archives are fun. It's fun.
Yar.
I love it. Go over there. Check that out. The shop's over there. Become a defender with us. So many awesome things. Get in on the raffle for the Bevan Bell.
Oh, yeah, you can. But you can only do that when you're a defender.
Yeah, you can only do that. And it's yeah.
So to get into the raffle, you have to become a defender. To become a defender, it's $5 a month or $50 a year.
Yeah.
Either way, it's fine. I mean, you save $10 when you do the annual. And that's fine. That's good. You also get a shirt when you sign up with us. We'll contact you about getting your shirt size when you do sign up. That way we can get it to you. Right now, I'm collecting all the shirts here because we're going to do a little special thing for everybody as soon as we get them in. I want to do a little bit more.
Just a tad.
That's just me. I want to do a little bit
Go
more.
above and beyond.
Yeah, that's just what we're going to do.
That's how we do.
But that's our website. You know, you can also contact us any way you want on all the social medias at DOAE Show.
That's DOAE Show.
Yes, especially on the Twitters, you can use the hashtag arm yourselves. But we are on all the social medias that you can find. Well, most of the social medias that you can find. We're not going to worry about that.
I really want to.
I know, at DOA Show.
Come on.
Comment to us back and forth. We're going back and forth with everybody on the Twitters and the D Lives and all the rest of it. By the way, there's a lot of action on the D Live right now. Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot. I neglected it. I'm sorry. A bunch talking about everything that we were talking about, all the trash. Yep.
Yeah, just stuff and
so
things.
Thank you.
Keep
commenting, keeping all that stuff. We appreciate it, and we will get through
like
that.
and share and all that crap.
Oh, yes.
Tell your friends and family about us.
Well.
No. Tell your friends.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them. Tell them. Yeah. They might like it.
Or don't. I don't care. Remember, any publicity is good publicity. You know what I mean? If you tune in and don't like a thing coming out of our mouths.
And you talk about us by saying that we're trash, and then people listen to us again because of it. Sweet.
I'm good with that.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the hate. We've never gotten hate mail, though.
I know.
I'm still upset about that.
I mean, we have, but not like...
Not really.
Not real hate mail. Not worthwhile hate mail.
Not actual hate mail. Just,
Yeah.
Hey, this wasn't that great.
Or, hey, why don't you go to a certain platform that I want you to use?
Yeah,
or whatever.
Or I'm never going to listen to you again.
Yeah, it's never anything good.
Yeah, it's never anything like really strong.
Yeah. Like,
it's just meh.
It is. It's
meh.
It's
which is fine.
Milk toast. It's milk toast. It's what we've gotten.
Yeah, but we're at the point that we're like, we kind of want the hate mail, and we want real hate mail.
I do.
I want real hate mail, not because I know you jackholes out there. You'll send us hate mail. It'll be trash.
But it's not the same thing.
But it's not the same.
I want like a legit. I want somebody who listens to us and has their mind melt.
Like they hate everything we say for real,
Yeah.
for reals.
Yeah,
Hate
I want
everything
that.
we say. We want
junk
that
about
one-
my mama type.
Yeah, the whole like, you are terrible. You stupid. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You can't even wear a mask when you sit next to each other. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that.
Yeah, I want something like that. A genuine
real one.
meltdown.
Real one. And
because those make me happy.
That's right.
And it's just because
just
of the
funny
fact
to read.
It is because it doesn't bother me.
No, it's really good though.
I don't care.
It's hilarious.
Anyway.
Yeah, you can comment to that and all the rest of it over at our website, doashow.com, or over on all the social medias at DOAE Show.
So now we're going to go to a lie.
A lie.
By all accounts, a lie is, and its surrounding areas have consistently held some of the most strictest, not the strictest, but some of the most strictest.
The most strictest.
Yeah, they're in the top whatever of
top 10. They're in the top
probably.
10.
They're up there. Similar to Chicago is with guns. And oddly enough, just like Chicago with guns, with a lie, being as strict as they are with the COVIDs.
Yeah.
They were one of the first areas in the country to institute a stay-at-home order. One of the last areas in the country to partially reopen for this summer, or this past summer.
Yeah.
And one of the first areas to institute mask mandates and strict lockdown measures when COVID began. to see a resurgence in the wintertime.
No way. That's just crazy.
I know. It's California.
Yeah.
And LA. In fact, while most of the rest of the country has at least resumed some of its activity that was paused by lockdowns, even as winter has driven case numbers higher. Bullshit. Sorry. I meant to mute myself then. I am
called
so
flu.
sorry.
That's the flu. That's not COVID cases, and stop calling it other than
California instituted a nighttime curfew in late November, and LA instituted a second stay-at-home order on November 27, making it one of the few jurisdictions in America to do so. While almost every other county in America has had some measure of in-person learning in schools, the LA schools are, as well as schools in the rest of the state, have remained stubbornly closed.
Yes.
LA has taken harsher reinforcement measures against individuals and businesses who do not comply with the Wu-Tang Clap lockdown orders, levying huge fines and even threatening utility cutoffs for businesses and residents who do not comply.
You don't comply, you go home now.
Remember, you must obey, or we will smack you in the face. It makes me think of a joke. A knock-knock joke.
All right.
Knock-knock.
Who's there?
KGB.
KGB who?
Not we will ask the questions.
So bad.
I know.
I knew it was coming.
I know. But then there's an extended one to that. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
KGB.
KGB who?
No, I messed it up. I messed it up.
You messed it up. Let's go ahead.
I did because it's too fun. Anyway, we'll move on.
Move along.
I realized I was waiting for something that didn't happen, and instead of recovering quicker,
You just screwed it. You screwed the pooch.
I did.
Anyway.
The best part, but again, as mentioned before, just like Chicago is with guns, being the safest, not safest place
the
around.
safest, not safe place ever.
None of it has helped LA. None. LA has famously moderate climate, as we all know.
Yes.
LA has experienced a 1,000% increase in COVID cases since November 1.
That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, B from the SUV. Thank you.
It's true.
You know, he knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Somebody explained to me 1,000%. 1,000%. How do you get 1,000%?
1,000% increase?
Uh-huh.
I can't tell. I can't help you here.
Like mathematically, how does that work? And I'm not good at math. Someone needs to explain this one to me, please.
Neighborhood slug. Your KGB sounds very Easterman.
Really? We're going to split hairs right now?
I agree. Yes, with splitting hairs here.
Everyone knows I can't do Russian.
I
okay?
know.
So
we know. So you went with the next best thing.
I went
Nazi party.
I went Nazi party.
Yeah.
Tomato at that point. I mean,
it's the same deal.
KGB
really.
brown shirts.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get from get to 1,000% increase. I mean, you can. I get it. Like you got our profits increased 1,000%. Great. That means you did what, like 10 times the profit margin or whatever?
Well, yeah, and I got that, but I'm saying, like, how do you see 1,000% increase in?
You
corona
claim everybody that's sick has corona.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, population wise, there has to be a point where you can't go a percent over.
Obviously, the 1,000% is going to drop because you can't. It's not going to maintain. It's like a spike.
I've never understood. Again, math is not near my strong suit. But I've never understood. You can't have more than 100%.
No, you can.
No,
you can.
Okay, I know. So I get when they say it's a
No. Okay, I'll use this as an example. Okay.
Okay.
So I did a test run on my TikToks. Right. I had like 15 people that followed me on my TikToks. It suddenly jumped to like 250 or something like that, or 300, that's 150% increase.
I get that.
You know, that's 150%.
I get that. But what you're doing at that point is you're counting what's being added
to the original number. Yeah.
to the original number.
Yeah, that's
and
what they
I
did.
get this.
But it's because they started out at a low number and then they had an initial spike.
I got that. But they're saying Ally
Ally.
has experienced 1,000%
Since November.
increase since November.
Yes.
What I'm saying is Ally has, and granted, I understand it fluctuates a little,
Yeah.
but for all intents and purposes, right now there is a solid number, a single number for the population of Ally.
Ally.
Okay, so even though you get an increase, it still can't go more than 100%.
Everybody's trying to help you with your math, bud. Literally everyone's trying to help you with
I
your
know.
math. The slug is the same. Yeah, it's 10 times. It's 10x.
Yeah, it means
10x.
everyone catches it 10 times.
1,000% is 10x.
And I got that, but that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm confused. Is it's a single number? You have a set number of the population. That's 100%. Eventually, you can't get to 1,000% because
Yes.
people should have already have had it. You're counting them twice now.
Yes.
That's crap.
Every case they count again. They count every case, new and old.
Adam W. Johnson over on Twitter. When that Dylan Lyle steps on his Johnson, on his own Johnson, it just ruins a joke.
It's true.
When I do it, it's domestic violence. Because his last name is Johnson.
Yeah, get it.
There you go.
It's funny.
That's funny. Oh, no. I did. I actually feel almost guilty about this one.
Well, with the
Green Jackal over on Twitter. America sure is having some bad luck. It's almost like it was built on an ancient Indian burial ground. Because that is so true. Because
it's real.
It's real. It's not
The
too
struggles are real, bud.
It's not too soon, but
It
oh
is
my
too
god,
soon.
I feel so bad.
See,
Oh, we're going to hell.
I can see the Indian man with the tear in his eye already. Tobacco man with a tear in his eye.
And again, I'm just saying, I get the point of, I get what it's trying to say, but my brain says there's a set number as far as you know how many people are living in Ally. Therefore, at some point, you can't say there's 1,000% jump.
True.
Because eventually you're going to hit a point where you can't. I mean, I guess theoretically you could, but you're going to count it as 1,000% if it goes from, you know,
If it goes from 1 to 1,000, it's
if it goes from 1 to
yeah.
1,000 and that's the last 1,000, so you can never use it again.
No, then it goes from 1,000 to 10,000 or 100,000 or whatever.
But again, it's a finite number living in Ally. So you can't go beyond 100% by that number.
That you're talking about the percentage of people versus the percentage of
Yes.
people that caught it. That's why you're getting it screwed up. That's why you're getting it screwed up.
I'm getting it screwed-
percentage of increase, not the percentage of population.
Yeah, but I'm doing the percentage of increased compared to the percentage of population.
Well, that's not what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're not comparing it to
This
the
is what
population.
COVID has caused me to do. Math. And I clearly can't do it. No, it makes me overthink this crap. Because, again, if they would actually be clear and honest about the numbers from get-go, who was really having it, who wasn't, what does it look like, how,
It might be fine.
I wouldn't be struggling with this math so hard. Because I can go, 1,000%. Holy smokes, that's a lot.
But what's the actual number? What's the starting point?
Exactly.
What's the
Because I've been lied to for so long about this whole thing. I'm now sitting here questioning everything. Well, are they counting it as just the population of LI? Are they doing it for, is it LI proper or is it LI County? Are we talking, is it
LA or is it LI?
Yeah. Where's the lines? Where does the cutoffs? How are they doing this? I'm having to question everything now.
Right. Well, according to the most recent estimates, as many as 1 in 3 Los Angeles County residents have been infected with the novel coronavirus since the beginning of the pandemic. Los Angeles public health experts have blamed the area's soaring infection rate on its population density, as well as its massive pandemic fatigue and refusal to comply with regulations on part of the public.
I would argue that isn't New York City a little bit more populated,
Densely, yeah,
densely
probably,
populated?
yeah.
So, I mean, I would argue that.
Yep.
But then they threw that little caveat about how, basically people are
They're just not
tired
doing
of being at home and they don't want to follow the regulations.
Duh.
Uh-huh.
It's been a year.
And right now, especially now, New Yorkers have no choice because it's New York, it's wintertime. Nobody wants to go the
Nobody's
hell out.
going anywhere.
Nobody wants to go anywhere.
No, it's too cold.
So they're like, screw it, I'll do what I'm supposed to because
Even if
I'm
there's no
supposed to.
snow, they're like, "Meh, I don't
Yeah.
want to go outside."
Yeah. But it's California.
Which is always sunny.
It is so wonderful as far as the land goes, as far as the country is
Right.
the literally
It is beautiful countryside.
I really do believe like that California is the state, not the people, not the way it's ran. The state, the country, the land of California is what I kind of envision a glimpse of what heaven might be like. Not all of it.
The countryside, just the nice, like the northern area, the northern
No.
mountain area.
Well, no, the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Like just vast landscapes of niceness.
The variety and the stuff back and forth.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
see
yeah,
that.
I think so.
Yep.
But yeah, so
We
basically,
kind of have that. We kind of have that here in North
no, we do
Carolina.
have it too. We have it too. It's
Yep.
just it's always warmer there though, and it's not humid.
It's true. It's not humid air. It's
It's
that drier,
desert.
drier heat.
yeah.
And
Unless
then-
you go up north.
or you go directly to the beach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's different.
that's kind of the other thing.
But yeah, so apparently California is suffering
Yeah, well, they're suffering so bad,
so bad. It's so horrible.
so horrible.
It's almost like they did it to themselves.
Yeah, well, it's the funny thing. Teachers Union in California have been remarkable and successful at thus far at keeping public pressure on the government to force them to not return to class. Huge. They've taken
Wow.
huge leaps and bounds to make sure that the kids do not go back to class. However, their patience of California parents, they've reached the critical point.
They have the critical
Yeah,
point. You say.
critical, yeah. They've reached the boiling point. They do not want their kids at home anymore. The parents want to send their kids to school again.
Get the hell out of my
They
house,
want
you
these
little
kids-
bastards!
Exactly. They can't do it. It got to the point to where now Gavin Newsom is being forced to say that he wants to pressure schools to reopen again.
I'm working on something when it comes to this. I'm gonna talk to you about it after the show. See what
Okay,
you think
yeah.
about it. But I have an idea
Yeah, well,
of a game I want to play.
Still,
Mhm.
although Newsom has insisted on his plan that will allow schools to reopen safely, which a lie, you can't open safely in LI.
A lie.
He has been so effective. He has been so effectively cowed by the teachers union that he has already publicly declared that if the unions won't allow it,
Okay.
then it won't happen. He wants to do it. Newsom wants to do it, but if the union says no, if the teachers union says no, not the parents, the teachers union says no, then the teachers union will get what they want.
I have a question, Governor Newsom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so start here. Why do you want just the schools to open so badly all of a sudden?
Because the parents want to get their kids back into school.
But you mean to tell me that the parents don't want to go back to work? Parents don't want to be able to go to restaurants and live life normal again, have everything open again?
Uh-huh.
They don't want that?
Well, they do, but
They just want their kids gone more.
They'd at least like to have their kids back into school.
Okay.
That's a start.
So how is it that he has the authority to shut it all down, but
Not open it up again?
not to open it back up again?
Because he basically is in the pocket of the unions, and they wanted it shut down in the first place. They wanted this shut down.
And this is why you should either homeschool your children or put them at least in private school.
Just get them out of the play. Or, go to a state that doesn't have a union.
There's not a lot of those though. There really isn't. I mean,
even North Carolina has a quote-unquote teachers union, but they have no power here.
well, yeah, because North Carolina's a right to work state. So they do some, but they don't have near the pull that
Right.
someplace
right.
like LA
Right.
has. LA is really screwed.
A lie.
Or LA.
Mm-hmm. So the Los Angeles School Superintendent Austin Butner said this. The governor's plan does not address the disproportionate impact the virus is having in low-income communities of color. It leaves the definition of safe school environment and the standard of reopening classrooms up to the individual discretion of 1,037 school districts across the state, creating a patchwork of safety standards if they face a statewide health crisis. And it reverses a statewide commitment to equity-based funding for schools.
Hold on. What does low-income communities of color have to do with anything?
Well, they're disproportionately affected.
But why?
They're not.
They don't go to public schools too?
They do. They go to public. Well, that's the thing. They go to public schools, and because they go to public schools, they're being affected more
than the
private schools of the white
higher
high-class
income.
Yeah.
But
the white people.
But there are schools in California that have white and black people going.
Yeah, I know. And
so
Latino.
how? Yeah, a lot more Latino actually,
and Asian, a lot of Asian.
So how does it affect? I still don't understand how it affects just the communities of color when there are schools that have all colors in it.
Because, Dylan, it does.
Oh, well, when you put it like that, I wish you'd have done that from the beginning. I would have caught on so much faster. God, I feel stupid now.
Because it does.
And when you put it like that, it makes perfect sense. Why? You know what? That's what Newsom needs to say. Because it does. And it will work. Because I struggled. I truly struggled, but
you get it now?
It was, Dylan, I feel dumb.
It just does.
I do. I apologize for my ignorance. It was...
just does.
Again, it's just saying that it's one of those light switches that just go off and you're like, oh, I got it now. Wow, I'm dumb.
It just does.
It just does. Okay.
How does it do that? It just does.
God, you see,
the people with less money get sick faster.
I have less money.
But you're white.
So because I'm white, I'm just not going to get sick?
Right. As much.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You also don't live in California, so it works differently here.
I did live in California for a while.
But it doesn't work the same.
And I didn't get sick.
Apparently in California, it works differently. That's because you're white. You don't get sick.
You don't get sick in California?
You're white.
You like walk through this veil and all of a sudden it goes, oh, you're white. You don't get sick.
Well, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
I end up in California and I'm fine.
That's fine. That's good.
That's how the rest of that verse goes.
I walk through just fine because it's California and I'm white, so it's good. What?
I'm just thinking, making my way to California, walking fast, faces passing, because I'm not sick. Oh, this is so stupid. That's exactly what this crap is too.
It just does.
I'm working on something, and if I'm not a complete idiot, and this follows through, this is going to be fantastic.
Right.
I think
It's going to be great.
I think so, because it's going to be a fun game.
It's going to be so good.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think we can make it work.
Make it interactive for everyone.
Back and forth, a little bit of little give and take.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. And might be surprised that there might be a surprise ending.
Surprise ending?
Mm-hmm.
Will there be a prize at the end?
No. Well, there will be. We could send the game psychically, I guess, or something. I don't know.
We'll send it to you via email.
Yeah. I'll wave at you. I don't know.
What?
It's something. But
Yeah.
no, I have this idea, and we might and
We got to talk about it.
we'll talk about it afterwards.
Because
I think it's such a good idea. We'll have to do this.
We'll do it.
But I'm just it doesn't. I don't understand how it is that if this thing is so bad, and I know I've mentioned and asked this before, but if this Wu-Tang clap is so bad, if it is so dangerous and all this other stuff,
Yeah.
then shouldn't there be consensus? I understand if certain states choose to not do certain things or follow it in certain ways or whatever, but shouldn't there be some level, some line of consistency somewhere? And I feel like there's not, because there's some states that require everyone, including children, to wear masks. Then you come here to like North Carolina, where if you're under the age of 11, you don't have to wear a mask, which makes total sense because, kids can't be asymptomatic.
Yep. Oh, see, there you go. James in Louisiana gets it. You don't get it because you're white. You've got white privilege. That's why you don't get it.
I keep forgetting that. I did just find that out the other day that I'm white.
Oh, so also in California, over the courses, third grade classes decided that they were going to start teaching and forcing kids to look at themselves and reflect on their white privilege.
Oh. Well,
in LA.
Kevin Nudgens over on Twitter has Gavin Newsom taken the second dose yet?
Oh.
Getting COVID compliant is like becoming a vampire. It takes 2 bites.
3.
No, they're still doing the 2-shot thing.
I thought they did 3 shots.
It's 2.
I thought it was a 3rd shot. Are you sure?
No, but do you know that
the story that we had yesterday? We're talking about a 3rd shot.
No, they might need a 3rd one. I was gonna say, do you know that we there's somebody we know that we work with that his wife has
had to go through, take the shots?
Actually, 2 of them.
Wow.
And they're waiting to find out after it becomes available, they're going to get it too. I'm like,
first shot, second shot, 3rd shot, hut.
Tourette's. Oh, no, I'm not getting it because I'm sorry. I don't.
Seizures come and they won't go home.
Kevin Hutchins, I hate you. Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. Dylan, whatever game you're working on, give it 110%.
He's going to give it 1,000.
You're a jerk.
He's going to give it 1,000%.
You're going to make me do it 1,000%? How's that? I'll work on 1,000.
He's going to go 1,000% here.
Go big or go home, right?
Oh, yeah. Adam W. Johnson. Nebraska has a right to work, state too, but in the city, with 78% of the government employees, Lincoln Public Union, they have a lot of teeth.
I believe it.
They have a lot of teeth.
Of course, in Nebraska, you either work for the government or you're a rancher, as far as I understand. I mean, correct. I've never been. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's the way I see it. It's all flat land. It's what it's good for us.
It's kind of there. That's what it is.
Just saying. Just saying.
Gosh.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah,
Go to doaeshow.com. doaeshow.com is our website. Become a defender with us. You can get in on the raffle for the Bevan Bell.
Yeah.
Check out all of our social medias at DOA Show. Share it around, spread it around, subscribe, all that fun jazz.
It's all going to be there.
If you know somebody you think we'd hate that would hate us,
send it to them.
Yeah, nothing but love.
That's right. That's it.
That's it, guys.
That's it.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m. We'll see you
Right
then.
here.
Bye.